A lot of people have had bad experiences in therapy, and I like to say that not all therapists are created equal, and not all therapies are right for a given person. And therapy is a lot like dating. You can't just expect that the first therapist you go to is going to be the right fit for you. So I think it's really important that just because you've had a bad experience in therapy, you don't write off all therapists or you don't write off therapy in general. And people have a tendency to do that. They say, I did therapy, it didn't work. Or people will even do therapy for 10 years with the wrong therapist because they go, oh, they're the expert. And then they'll go, like, it didn't work. I really gave it a chance. So neither should you just defer to people as experts and give it too much of a chance in the same way that you don't want to just marry a guy just because he kind of checks all the boxes, nor do you want to write it off prematurely. It's about a balance and kind of trusting your own instincts, which is one of the confounding variables or the confounding parts of the process. Is you're going to a therapist because you have issues with self-trust in relationships, how to evaluate, how do I evaluate who to go to, when to give up, when not to. And I think the best way to answer that question is by being fully transparent with your therapist. A lot of people are really afraid of offending their therapist. They feel like they're the patient and the therapist is the doctor. And really, therapy is a very different thing, at least the way I practice therapy. I am constantly inviting feedback from my patients and asking them to make me a better therapist and asking them how I can meet their needs and how I can tailor my approach to them specifically. And I'm constantly looking for feedback on, if even in very micro ways, like if they disagree with something I say, then I take that as a sign that I was wrong, or that I need to at least modify the way I phrased something, or I need to honor that as true. And I think it's really, really important that you voice to a therapist if you have concerns. If you say, this doesn't feel natural, I feel like you're judging me, I feel like this isn't working, or I feel uncomfortable. If you can bring that into the room and the therapist gets defensive, that's a good sign that you were on the right track in trusting your instincts. This person wasn't right for you. If you bring that into the room and your therapist is open and you're able to work through it, then that can be an opportunity for you to heal and develop safety. And quite often that's exactly the thing you need in order to learn what you need to learn about yourself.